y'all. How y'all doing? Hope everyone is doing okay. Y'all, I'm supposed to be off today, every Wednesday. But I got work to do. I got hours to make. I got cases to react on. So ain't no taking no break over here. But y'all, I want y'all to know that everything that I say is alleged. Okay? And these are my opinions and not necessarily based on facts. Now, this video is for entertainment, a little criticism, commenting, and educating purposes. First of all, before I get into YNW BORTLEN Plead deal, I want to give a shout out to this content creator that can get in touch with anybody, and his source be 100% right. I want to give a shout out, and I want to get part of this video shout out to 1090 Jake. 1090 Jake interviewed BORTLEN attorney. Yeah. When he interviewed BORTLEN attorney, he answered a question that I want to know. And the question that the attorney asked, well, not asked, the information that he put out is the information that I want to know. But I got the information. But what does it mean for YNW Melly? What does it mean for them? What does it mean for him? Okay, I'm going to move it out the way, and I'm going to go over him. If in a few minutes you're going to hear BORTLEN, let me make these boys right here picture, because I got to find out what we got to find out. We got to get justice for these boys. If Melly didn't do it, who did it? If this was your brother, this was your cousin, whatever, and streets do come along, stuff come along with streets now. A lot come along with streets. Today, you will be listening to hey Juvie, hey Sat Chase. We trying to get a little justice for y'all. But we don't want to blame nobody, you know what I mean? We don't want to blame nobody. I don't want to accuse nobody. Then you had the wrong person. This dude right here took a plea. He saw everything happen. He saw everything happen just like his partner did. He took that plea. Who wants to spend time in prison? Who? I don't. So if I'm gonna make that common sense to go ahead on and talk.
Say or do anything which would call into question in your mind whether you understand what's going on. Okay, go ahead. All right, so Mr. Henry, it's two cases, sir. I'm going to go one at a time. In case number 19-1871 CF10A, this is before the agreement you made with the state, before the deal you made with the state. You were charged as follows. Counts 1 and 2 is murder in the first degree with a firearm. Those are capital offenses. The maximum and mandatory penalty is life in Florida State prisons. Counts 3 and 4 or accessory after the fact.
Now put yourself in his place. What he going through now? What he thinking about now? Because if he saw it done to, I ain't saying they ain't never did nothing like this before. I'm just saying he saw his own folks get shot up, right? So suppose him and Melly is really not guilty. Hey, baby. Suppose him and well, let's stay focused on my content because I'm on the clock right now. Suppose Cortland and YNW Melly innocent, but they know who did it. Why? Y'all got to ask yourself, why aren't they protecting their friend? Why? But they are protecting themselves, but what about Juvie and Set Chase? Now, you did take them to the hospital. Let's finish with this plea thing because we're going to listen to something in a minute.
First degree, those are each first degree felonies. The maximum penalty is 30 years in Florida State Prison. In case number 2310643, CF10A, you're charged in count 1, tampering with a witness in a capital felony. That is punishable by life in Florida State Prison. Count 2, directing the activities of a criminal gang. That's a first degree felony. Again, punishable up to life in Florida State Prison. Count 5 is conspiracy to commit tampering. Again, as it relates to a first degree murder charge, that is punishable by a maximum penalty of life in Florida State Prison. And count 7, unlawful use of a two-way communication device as charged. That's a second degree felony. The maximum penalty is 15 years in Florida State Prison. So, sir, again, before the agreement you made with the state, before the deal you made with the state, your maximum exposure here was life in Florida State Prison, followed by 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 75 years in Florida State Prison. Sir, do you understand all the pending charges and the maximum possible penalties involved? And it's my understanding that you want to resolve both cases today. Is that correct? And that resolution is an agreement you've reached with the state, the terms of which are as follows. Number 1, in the 19 case, you're going to plead no contest to both counts of accessory after the fact. In the 23 case, you're going to plead no contest to all 4 counts as charged. In exchange for that, the state is going to null process, that is, drop the 2 first-degree murder counts. All right, I'm going to adjudicate you guilty. Yes, sir.
Here are 3 reasons why winter is the best time.
God, it seemed like I was in the courtroom. I was into that.
What's happening with that?
That would be no problem.
So he's only going to plead to tampering with a witness in a capital felony, conspiracy to commit tampering, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device?
Just the tampering and unlawful use.
Just count 1 and count 7. State, you're going to null process count 2 and count 5.
Correct.
As it relates only to Mr. Henry. Okay. So,
Okay.
what is,
You heard his charges. You heard what they dropped. They didn't drop everything, y'all. They didn't drop everything, okay? He did bite off the plea. He bit the plea. When he bit the plea, you're gonna hear in a few minutes. Like I said, I got to get credit to 1090J, cause he the one had the attorney to speak. So yeah, I'm about to give him credit. That boy be knowing what he doing over there. He answered the question that I want to answer. They are not using the word, since it's in modern days now, they are not using the word snitch anymore, y'all. That's old fashioned. They saying proffer. They saying proffer. Proffer is not a new word either. But there is this difference between proffer and offer. But he proffered. And when he proffered, he didn't snitch. but he gave some evidence. He trade for trade. Hey, it be like in the cafeteria. When we used to go in the cafeteria, give me your chicken, I give you my pie. You give me your rolls, I give you my chicken. It's a trade. He They don't want to call it snitch. Okay, you're gonna hear his attorney in a few minutes to speak. But if it weren't for 1090J, hey, if you see this video, but I'm going to show you that is from 1090J, y'all. Okay? Got people put the name on stuff that really belongs to somebody else. But I'm not like that. I ain't put my name on nothing. Anybody can use it. Alright, what does that mean for his childhood friend? What does that mean for his childhood friend? And what does it mean for Juvie and Sack Chaser? Huh? Why did he profit? Did he profit to get justice for them? Because he didn't snitch. Now I'm about to go somewhere with this. If you see this video anywhere around with this attorney speaking, they got it from 1090J, okay? They got it for 1090J, and I'm about to give 1090J all the credit for this man, him being on interviewing this dude right here. Now, he's going to tell y'all, because y'all know I'm going to keep it real, he's going to tell you all what happened when his clients, right here, who he talking to, plead no contest. Okay? They got it from 1090J, y'all. Anybody say they did, they did. Because that's where this came from. Okay, here we go.
Thanks for giving me the chance to clear up a lot of the confusion and just chaos that's happening online right now after YNW Bortlen's plea this afternoon went viral on social media. It's clear that a lot of people just don't understand what has happened. So I want to start by talking about what he was charged with. He was facing 2 counts of first-degree murder, 2 counts of accessory after the fact of first-degree murder, tampering with a witness, conspiracy to tamper with a witness, directing the activities of a criminal gang, and the utilization of a two-way communication device to commit a felony. In all, he was facing 5 mandatory life sentences if found guilty, plus an additional 75 years on top of that. The facts of his plea are that he has pled no contest. That's very important because that means he has not admitted guilt. He's not admitted that he's done anything wrong, and he's certainly not admitted or given information about anybody else. He's been found guilty, but in exchange, the state has dismissed the 2 murder counts, the conspiracy to tamper with a witness count, and the charge about directing the activities of a criminal gang. He's going to be sentenced to 10 years in Florida State Prison, followed by 6 years of probation with credit for time that he has served. And he's required as a part of that to sit down and give what's called a proffer. Typically, when you hear the word proffer, especially in a criminal case, when a witness offers information or will explain what they would testify to if called.
Listen to what he said. He took a proffer. He gave a little evidence. What he gave them, we don't know. That's what he telling you, but he not telling y'all evidence.
At trial or hearing. It's unfortunate that we use that word today in court because that's not what's going to happen in this case. Bortlen is not going to sit down and give a lengthy proffer or answer questions about what he would testify to if he were called as a witness, because we don't anticipate him being called as a witness at any time.
They don't call it a snitch anymore, y'all. They call it proffer. They getting sophisticated. They don't want to be called rats anymore. To protect, their people, they call them proffer. They give proffer information to the prosecutor, okay? So they are not rats anymore. They don't use that term anymore. They don't use that term snitches no more. It's sophisticated. It proffered, or either offered. So he proffered evidence. He said, I didn't did it. He did it. Or he know who did it.
Trial or any hearing, especially not one involving Melly. What I can tell you is that Bortlen is not going to implicate anybody else. He's not going to provide information against anybody else. Melly's name is not even going to come out of his mouth when he's talking to prosecutors in this case.
Who name gonna come out his mouth? Uh-oh. I just asked y'all before I started, did Melly do this? Or do he know who did it, but Melly watched in the bush? Shh. So if Melly didn't do it, who name did he give them? Think about it, y'all. What it means for Melly. He just told y'all that he's not going to speak about Melly. So I asked y'all a question. Did Melly watch it? Did Melly know? All you know they know, folks. So did Melly do this? Was he involved in the shooting? Well, maybe. Can he prove Melly did this? Yeah. He told everything. Oh, let me stop getting him in trouble. He told everything.
Anticipate the conversation with the prosecutors is going to be very, very brief. And it is not going to be what everyone thinks it's going to be online, where he sits down and rats or provides information to cooperate against other people. So a lot of people are saying that Bortlen's plea and his proffer are going to hurt Melly in some way and affect his trial in the future. And again, that's absolutely untrue. YNW Bortlen.
Absolutely not true. Y'all need to stop playing with this case. If that boy didn't do nothing, Melly didn't do nothing, y'all know who did it, then y'all need to be doing y'all job. Get off behind the desk and go find these people who did it. And stop messing with Melly life in prison if he didn't do it. So if he's not going to mention Melly name, why are we here? If he said Melly didn't do it, then won't y'all get the people who did it and let Melly out so he can go home to his family? If he didn't do anything, y'all. But if he did it, he know who did it.
Is not going to be a state witness. YNW Bortlen is not going to provide information that's going to impact Melly's trial in any way. YNW Bortlen is not expected to come and provide information against anybody. So to be clear, his plea, his proffer, and anything surrounding it will have absolutely no impact on Melly's trial. I want to add just a little bit more background to what's happened over the past couple weeks. Neither the defense nor the state wanted this case to go to trial this month. We believe that our case should be stayed until after Melly's appeals are resolved and his case is ready for trial, because our anticipation was that Melly's case would be tried before Bortlen's. However, the judge denied our request for a continuance and denied our request to stay Bortlen's case pending Melly's appeals. So we were moving forward to trial, and we knew that we had a very strong defense to the murder counts. But for Bortlen to be successful, he would have to repeat every single count, keeping in mind that he was facing 5 mandatory life sentences. So for him to take a deal that he's almost already served at least half of the sentence already, he doesn't have to admit that he did anything wrong. He doesn't have to testify against anybody else. He doesn't have to provide information that would affect Melly or anybody else about anything.
Come on, Turney. We know a little bit about the law. Jesus. Stop it.
Related to this case or any other case. It was a no-brainer for him to ensure that he gets to walk
prison one day and live his life versus rolling the dice with a random jury, no matter how strong his defense is and how weak the case for the state was. So I'm really hoping that people can understand that and understand that it was a very tough decision for him, but it was very important to him that his decision have no impact on others.
All right, y'all heard that? That's what he said. I just want shout out to 1090